when Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar joined the United States in brokering a ceasefire deal that helped end the violence in Gaza, U.S. President Donald Trump declared that the war was finally over. It was expected that the leaders of the four countries would sign that deal at the peace summit attended by several global leaders in Sharm el-Sheikh. Instead, they only signed a set of principles which in theory would establish peace in the Middle East without naming any crisis in that declaration.
We're talking about Gaza mainly. So the plan was made to relieve the situation in Gaza. When it comes to the Palestinian state, this hasn't been mentioned really. Of course, we all wish that the Palestinian state be implemented very soon. God knows where. This is a bit of a tricky question.
Days before the ceasefire deal, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu insisted there would be no Palestinian state. That's despite many countries, including major Western ones, backing the creation of such a state during a vote at the UN General Assembly in New York last September.
It will not happen. A Palestinian state will not be established west of the Jordan River.
Trump has on his part repeatedly said that Israel's land area is too small and that it deserves more land. Leaders from across the world recently gathered in Egypt to show support for the deal, ending 2 years of war in Gaza that was agreed on at Sharm el-Sheikh. The implementation of the first phase of that plan has faced major challenges. Hamas has been struggling to find the remains of hostages and has called for heavy equipment needed to dig through rubble to find the bodies to be allowed into Gaza. Israel threatened to take action if Hamas failed to return all bodies. Israel has on the other hand been accused of hampering the flow of aid into the Strip. Both of them accuse the other of violating the current ceasefire. All these have complicated the next phases of negotiations, which are expected to focus on disarming Hamas and agreeing on a governance system for Gaza.
The second phase is in doubt regarding achieving security for either Hamas or Israel. Logically, Hamas arms cannot be taken away. Hamas has been controlling Gaza since 2007. Until this moment, Palestinian Authority on its own cannot establish security in Gaza because it is completely isolated from Gaza. The biggest threats remain to be internal fighting amongst Palestinians. Hamas won't allow anyone else to control Gaza. The Palestinian division is much deeper than the Palestinian-Israel conflict.
Many analysts, however, believe there's a chance for lasting peace in Gaza and the Middle East. They are pinning their hope on Trump's much-publicized quest to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Donald Trump is psychologically driven by seeking peace or stopping wars to be labeled the man of peace. He is also trying to save the United States and its political embarrassment from Israel's actions, which put the United States in a critical political position.
The only one who can exert some pressure on Israel is the United States government, the United States Congress, the United States public opinion. So having a Palestinian state in the long run or in the short run is still a matter of, it's an international demand. I'm optimistic that a Palestinian state might be initiated in the near future through some concessions from the Israeli side.
The push for peace in the Middle East has been given a major boost by the Gaza ceasefire reached in Sharm el-Sheikh. Getting the signing ceremony concluded, it appears, was the easier part of rolling out the peace plan. The hurdles standing in its way are huge, but so is the desire by many countries to see peace prevail in the Middle East. Adel Mahroui, CGTN, Cairo.